What's up, everyone? It's your boy Infrar-Ed. Welcome to the Scott Reporter. Today I finally bring you an anime finale review for Kiznaiver, episode 12. I'm sorry that this didn't get out sooner, so for all my subscribers who were waiting on it, here it is. I'm sorry for the delay, and for everybody new that's just coming along, welcome aboard and sit back and relax as I give you my final thoughts and a grade point for what I thought of this series, as well as a breakdown for the episode as well. First and foremost, and as I said pretty much every video now, clap it up for Studio Trigger for going outside of the box and actually making a drama series, a slice of life series. And this year, especially the last two seasons, I'm diving more into anime that I didn't usually would watch. Like, I usually wouldn't watch a slice of life or a drama. I was a big shonen, seinen especially, and psychological type of person, more serious type of person. But now I'm getting more into comedy, I'm getting more into drama, I'm getting more into Feel Cities. I'm actually going to watch Orange this season, so that's going to be pretty fun. Not going to review it, but I'm still going to watch it. And recently, as far as comedy, I did watch Sakamoto, which is hilarious. I think it has 1 or 2 more episodes left, and I have been watching, as of recently, Mr Osumatsu, and oh my god, that is so funny. But that also kind of ties into Studio Trigger as well, which is a company that usually does over-the-top and zany type of series, but they were actually went out of their element and brought us something so good with Kiznaiver, flexing their muscle as they brought us a series that brought the feels and the emotions, and it is climbing up there with the better of the dramas that I've seen in my short drama watching of anime. So without that being said, let's get down to the breakdown of the episode, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on what I thought of it overall. So the episode starts off with Sonozaki basically saying that everybody in Sugimura City is going to be a part of this Kizuna system, whether they like it or not, as she went against everyone's will and even captured the mayor so he can't shut it down and get everything out of her way. She even has the mascots, you know, like those little white chicken things. She even has her own goons out there taking them out. And she has like some black ones taking them over and putting people into the system. Some she's recruiting personally. The rest of them are just being taken in by these mascots and being put into the system by her, as she just wants everybody to feel the same thing that she felt. As we found out from the counselor lady, that overall what Sonozaki is trying to do is she is trying to take all of the pain within herself and use the Kizuna system, as she was also explaining to Kazuhira, as a way that she can get back the life of the kids that were in the previous experiment, who are basically like mannequins or zombies right now. They're just white hair, they're docile, they don't have any feelings, but she's using this experiment to try to make everybody feel the way she feels. Also try to get that feeling back within herself, because when she was in the Kizuna system, she was really sad, she was really lonely, but being in the system and being connected with everybody else gave her a strong bond with everyone, and she just wants that feeling back. So she's doing this in order to get that feeling back and to kind of get everybody to feel the same way she does, but overall she's doing it for herself and doing it to try to get her friends back. Now while this is going on, those two bullies also approach the Kiznaivers as they go up to Tenga, like, yeah, Tenga, what now? We part of the system. We don't feel no pain. But Tenga's like, what? Get out of my face. You got my money. As a matter of fact. So he just immediately wrecks these dudes and tells them that, look, just because you don't have any pain doesn't mean that you still can't get that ass whooped. And I'm just too strong for you, as he flexes on them and beat these guys into submission off panel as we come back. And they pretty much explain to them what's going on, that Sonozaki is trying to unite everyone in the city, in Sugimura City, for the Kizuna system, because she wants everybody to have the same feelings that she does. So the Kiznaivers, and I just call them that because that's our main cast, they get a call from Kazuhira saying that they need to help him help Nori, as she is now up on a bridge. And she pretty much blocks anybody from getting out of the city, as she's going to get everybody in the city involved in this project. So they agree to go help her, with the exception of Maki, of course, who has the same type of feelings of why, what for, why should we go through that. And she's literally headbutted by Nori by saying, you know, drop the act. We're friends. We need to help each other. You need to quit acting like you're not our friend too, because you are. So quit being stubborn. Drop the I don't want to be part of you guys act. We're all friends. We should help each other no matter what. As they head to the bridge, and the counselor lady is driving Kazuhira to Sonozaki as he tries to reach her and try to talk some sense to her, or literally talk her off the ledge. And it is here that the feels begin as Kazuhira is desperately climbing towards Sonozaki to try to speak to her, and he actually confesses that he loves her. He tells her that even back when we were kids, I loved you and I always will, as now he remembers absolutely everything. Nori's side of things is that she wants to bottle up all of this pain and make everybody feel the way she feels, and she wants to regain the pain back from the people that were in the experiment who are now battered and broken. But the main thing about this series and what we learned from Kazuhira and the rest of the Kiznaivers being in the experiment is that friendship is the reason why everybody felt the way they felt. And that is even shown with Kazuhira as he's literally crying and he confesses his love. He says, I love you, Nori. I always have. And the reason why you felt the way you did is because we're friends. Yes, it was because we were all in this experiment and we were all close together that we didn't feel any pain. It's because we cared about each other and didn't want to hurt anyone. That's what friends do. And the rest of the Kiznaivers were there on intercom and they were confessing these things as well. That true, even though they were put in the system and that would put everybody together and made them meet and everything like that, overall it's because they were truly friends and the way they felt about each other that made the results happen the way it did, not the system itself. As Kazuhira makes one last plea as he's crying this, and you see the tears come out of his eyes, you hear his voice trembling. The music and everything was perfect right now as he confesses his love to Nori, who's overtaken by all of these emotions as she falls from the ledge, by saying that, you know, she never wanted to be alone, and she wasn't alone in the experiment because she had the rest of the kids with them. And just like I was explaining, it was all those feelings that they had together that made her happy, and she didn't want to lose that. But Kazuhira tell her it's okay to let go of that pain because I'm here, I love you, the rest of us are your friends, and you'll never be alone again. She does take a dive off the bridge, and Kazuhira actually jumps to grab her, and he hits his head, and he actually feels pain when he grabs her and falls into the water as he completely has his pain back as she releases his pain and everyone else's around him. So now that he's back, he can feel everything. We even get Immoral looking like, so how does it finally feel to have pain, huh? So, you know, he just has that smile on his face, and it was just a nice little bit as she is saved from dying because she just jumped off that bridge, I guess. Well, she really just fell into the water, and Kazuhira did too. But by doing that, she released the pain, the system shut down, and everything goes back to normal after 2 weeks. Everything is all well, ships happen, friendship happens, and everything just wraps up in a nice little bow as we see Kazuhira and Nori now in the hospital, pretty much recovering from their wounds. But we finally see the truest smile from Nori at the end of the episode that was just so heartwarming because now she has true feelings. She's normal. She has feelings like everyone else, as well as Kazuhira, who didn't have any feelings at all. Now they're back. Now they're normal. It's out there. They love each other. They're in a relationship. More relationships happen, and Kiznaiver just ends in a nice little bow. Even though things did seem kind of abrupt towards the end, Trigger was still able to put it together and make an overall nice story out of this. And with that being said, here are my final, likes, dislikes, and thoughts of the series overall. Well, mostly this episode, because the series as a whole, I can just tell you that I like it, and I'll get to the likes and dislikes as much as I can too. But mainly some of the things that I liked about this episode is Kazuhira as a character made such a transition from him being one of the most dull and bland characters of the anime season. I kind of borderline hated him when it started, to him being one of the most emotional and feel king type of people by the end of this series. It really did work well because he was so bland and cardboard because of the experiment that by the end of it, he ended up having more feels than almost anybody in the season. So it was really good to see that with him. Some more things that happened in the episode was finally Yuta x Maki happening officially as they're sitting together eating ice cream, and Maki didn't finish the whipped cream and things like that on her ice cream. I think it was a crepe, and she gives it to Yuta, and he said, what are you doing? You didn't even finish it. She was like, I want you to finish it so you can get fat again. He's like, what? He was like, yeah, I want you to get fat again because I don't want all these chicks chasing you around. So props to Honoka. You're like, you know what? You are my man. So even if I gotta fatten you up to keep you, that's what I'm gonna do. So we finally get to see those two together. I was rooting for them the entire time. Also, we see Tenga and Chidori, and I still hate Chidori. I don't feel sorry for her at all because she made the whole thing about her. Even when she understood what Katsuhiro was going through with Nori, she was still selfish and saying, why, you don't love me, blah, blah, blah. But she does apologize to Tenga, and the two decide to give it a chance. So if my boy Tenga is happy, then I am happy, as he was probably my best boy of the season. Next to maybe Okuyasu from JoJo. I mean, he was a real bro. So those two are finally happy. I do feel sorry for Nico because she didn't end up with anybody. And Amuro, he was just too crazy to end up with anybody anyway. But she is not going to fight up the good fight, as she's saying that, you know, Tenga will come around. Even if me and Chidori got to fight it out for him, I'm going to get my man. So it was good to see those two as well. Some other things that really made me happy is that Nori, you know, even though the way she was doing things was wrong with her trying to force everybody into the system, I mean, she wasn't exactly wrong. She just wanted everybody just to be happy overall. And she was doing all of this for her friends. And once the system was shut down, we also see that the kids that were in the experiment, they're slowly starting to come back to reality or come back to being whole again. As the counselor lady in Yamada says, it's going to take a while, but they're making progress and they will be well again once more. So again, everything just ended on a nice little bow for this series. And also the opening was fantastic, as even though I still put Joker Game as best opening of the season, Lay Your Hands is definitely, I would say, 1.5 or number 2 by far, as it just makes you feel good inside. And I just love the song overall. And I think the last time we heard anything with Boom Boom Satellites was like Appleseed. So yeah, it was good for them to go on their last hurrah with such a fabulous song for such a fabulous series. And Kiznaiver as a whole, what do I give it? I give Kiznaiver a 9. And I give it a 9 because Studio Trigger, again, going outside their element and knocking it out the park once again with something that they didn't think that, or maybe that we didn't think that they would be able to do, as they're so used to being so over the top and zany, and they were able to bring us such a good drama series. And it was a personal favorite of mine of the series overall. That's why I hold it in such high regard. However, it does have its downsides. I mean, overall, it didn't really have too much of a story. It wasn't too much meat to it. It was the characters that brought everything to be. And then they finally waited until the very last episode to kind of bring some type of overarching nemesis, who wasn't really a nemesis. It was just Sonozaki just decided to make her way happen, even if it was going to be by martial law. But in the end, everything worked out. So yeah, that was my finale review for Kiznaiver and my overall thoughts and feelings for the series as a whole. Please let me know what you guys thought about the series in the comments. Of course, if you liked the video, go ahead and drop it a like. And if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as I will be trying to bring you content almost daily in the summer. But the way the summer is set up, everything comes on either Friday or Saturday. It's not too much going on for the week. So I would say I will bring you guys content probably 4 out of 7 days out the week, because that goes into my schedule that's coming up tomorrow. And then later on, I will have a review for the episode of Cabaneri that I didn't review, but I'll also have my Cabaneri finale review tomorrow. I think it's episode, if it's not 13 episodes, I think tomorrow is the finale. I'll also have a manga review for One Piece as well as Hunter x Hunter tomorrow as well. Then Friday, an all new Hype Friday starts with a live reaction for Berserk. And even though 91 Days and JoJo also comes on Friday, and I think something else, I won't have my reviews for 91 Days and JoJo until Saturday. Friday will be exclusively for live reacts or regular reviews for Berserk. So be sure to join me for the rest of the week for that as well. I can tell you at the very least for the summer, my review schedule will be Friday through Monday. Possibly Tuesday or Wednesday to flesh things out for things that I couldn't cover, because again, everything comes on Saturday and Sunday. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you guys very much for joining me. As I always say, you guys could be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me, and I really appreciate that. So thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Infrar-Ed signing out. See you soon.